Aloha everyone, Ika and I were going to talk about aggregate demand and aggregate supply curve based on two scenarios. So my scenario is higher personal taxes. Before explaining that situation, I would love to introduce aggregate demand and aggregate supply curve, how it works. On the left side is inflation, Y. It's also price, yeah. Then the right side is a GDP growth percentage. Green line is long run aggregate supply, while red line is short run aggregate supply. And then aggregate demand is below. In the middle, the dot is equilibrium price. So according to Adam Smith, if it's negative shock, aggregate demand will move to the left. If it's positive shock, aggregate demand will move to the right. And my situation is higher personal tax. So that means, okay, let me use little wider ones. Okay, good now. Okay, so that means aggregate demand move to the right, left. So I would name this one aggregate demand number 2. So, okay. Uh-oh. Sorry, aggregate demand. Oh, okay, now it's come out. Okay, aggregate demand number 2. This one, this is equilibrium price will, on the short run, equilibrium price increases. Oh, let me use the different color. On the short run, equilibrium price went down a little bit, but in the long run, equilibrium price will be over here, just a little bit. Yeah, over here. Okay, so I would name these two E1, and then this one is E2. It's equilibrium. Okay, so there's a problem. Let's draw. So since there is the price is a little high over here, and then price is a little lower over here, so there will be recession. So according to Adam Smith, there will be recession because, oh, sorry. So he said that because price is sticky, going down, that means you cannot reduce the inflation. So I can't reduce the inflation. So that means without having recession. So always there is a recession. So I would name here recession over here. Recession. Oh, sorry. Recession over here. Okay. Okay. So this is my explanation. If you have any questions, please let us know. Ika,
okay, so for my part, I'll be talking about lower electricity. And low electricity is a positive shock, and it will affect the aggregate supply curve. So as you can look here on the screen, we have the long run, we have the supply curve, we have the short run curve, and we have the aggregate demand curve right here. So for my one, we're talking about lower electricity, and lower electricity will affect the supply supply cap, which is the green one. So I'm gonna show you a little bit about how it works. Since it's a positive shock, it shifts to the right. So it will move right here.
Mm-hmm.
So now you can see that the lower lower electricity has an effect on the supply curve, and for the supply curve it moves to the right side, and now when it moves everything together. So you can see that we're gonna have a new equilibrium, and I'm gonna show you where the new equilibrium is. It's gonna be right here. Hey, give me a second. So that's the new equilibrium. So it's looking at this. At first the price was high,
Mm-hmm.
and the price was high, but now, since because of the lower electricity and it's a positive shock and it moved to the right side, you can see the output here. Output is, there's a lot of output increase.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you something. Yes, so you can see the
Mm-hmm.
output increased from year to year. So
Mm-hmm.
that's about the lower electricity. Yes, thank you very much for this. You can see that the price also decreased and also the output increased. So that's a positive shock. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mhm.